I have a 2017 Lexus IS200t. I don't think I ever made a video of this car I have. So anyways, the reason why I'm changing the brakes is because I had a missing bolt out of the caliper. My wife was driving down the road and she heard a loud grind and she didn't know what it was. Well, not until it was taken home and that I found out it was a missing bolt. But 3-4 years ago, I changed the brakes on this car. And I remember correctly because I downloaded the service manual and see what torque specs it is on this. And it came out to be 100 foot-pounds on the brake caliper bolts. There's only two because this is a Brembo type system, so it comes with two bolts. It's not the regular two-piece that you would normally see. One thing I did notice is that if you can see this bolt right here and also that bolt, where is it? That one. If you can see the bolt next to it, that's the same size millimeter bolt. It's a 17 mil bolt. And that holds on to the wheel bearing hub. Now, if you're not careful when you torque and you think that you did torque it, you'll be in trouble because a lot of times you miss the caliper bolts and you'll be torquing the wheel bearing bolt. So keep in mind not to get mistaken when you're torquing it down. Make sure you torque it down to 100 foot-pounds. Now, the reason why it fell off, I don't know, but it's been 3-4 years ago. My only guess is when this car got into an accident, major accident. I don't know if they messed with the brakes. Like I said, it's been 3-4 years. I couldn't prove that they messed with it or not. But this time around, I am using Loctite. Well, not this particular kind, but this is, I think this is the medium strength Loctite, which is probably good enough. If you use the permanent type, I think the super strength Loctite, you might have trouble taking it out later on. So I use the medium strength anyways. Just to be on the safe side, because usually you don't have to put any Loctite. Well, some makes would tell you to put some Loctite on the brake caliper bolts, but this particularly doesn't need one. But I just wanted to be on the safe side to put some Loctite in there. First and foremost, as a matter of fact, is the safety. Always be safe before you work anything under the car or you take any wheels off. This is one thing I never mentioned on any of my videos. Jack stands, as you can see there, I have it sit, not the whole weight on it because I have half the weight on that, so to speak, and the other weight is still on the jack. So I still have some pressure on the jack and the jack stand. Not to mention I have the e-brakes on and also some wheel chucks in the back, just for a safety measure. Guys, yeah, make sure you have all the safety in place before you take any wheels off or work underneath the car, lift it off the ground anyways. Just want to let you know that brake caliper bolts are 100 foot-pounds. Two, normally it comes only two. Wheel lugs, what these models are, 76, if I remember right. Normally Toyota is very good with some of the older model cars. I think up to 20 or 21 year models, it goes up to a little bit more. I'm not sure, but look into your manual. I know trucks, big cars and trucks are a little bit more on the torque, but small cars, especially this 2017 is a 76 foot-pound. Okay, 100 foot-pound there. Brake pads, very explanatory. I think I mentioned on my previous video 2 brake pads here, and I did mention about a tool that I use to press, because this is a 4-piston caliper. So there's 2 on each side that you have to use a special tool. Actually, I have right here a special tool that I use to press out the 2 pistons. Okay. Like I said, like I mentioned before, if you don't have that special tool, you can actually use the old brake pads. Since I'm changing out the disc and rotors, rotor pads and rotors, I use the old one to wedge a screwdriver in between and kind of press against the pistons that way. That's one option if you don't have that special tool. Anyways, oh, by the way, I kind of made a note of myself of how much the brake torque is on the rotor. That's one good way, because I won't remember in about 3-4 years, or maybe 5 years down the road. Also, greasing. I put a little bit of grease around the hub surface where the rotor meets the surface there, just so it won't seize up the next go around. I think I didn't do that last time. It looks pretty rusted and dry when I took it out, but it didn't seize up, thankfully. Okay, that's it. That's about it. Spring loaded. So basically, I'm not going to go into this. This is to, it's a spring clamp. I guess it's a spring clamp, but it's spring loaded into the pad, and it holds the pad in place. And of course, there's a pin that goes from here all the way over. Now, the last video I mentioned the Acura TL. It's the same pin. It wedges, it drives in from the inside out, but there's a bushing on the end where it wedges into the caliper itself. Well, this one is not the case. This one has a cotter pin. Let me show you. This one has a cotter pin, so when you drive it in, this cotter pin actually, give you an example here. So the cotter pin would go, once you sit it flush in to the caliper, the cotter pin goes through there, so it won't be able to slide out that way. So make sure you may have that cotter pin in there. All right, and that is it for my video. Good luck, guys.